The Face of Cancer strives to inspire hope in women battling aggressive cancer or metastatic cancer by really reuniting them with their sense of femininity and beauty and helping them tell their story. Ironically, one of the key critical elements to battling cancer is, as they say, to be joyful and optimistic and hope and to laugh. And that's one of the first things that is taken away from a woman who's told that she has aggressive cancer and or terminal cancer. So the Face of Cancer's goal is to really manufacture hope and help her find a reason to get up out of bed, find the will to fight and to live. One of the ways that the Face of Cancer manufactures hope is by telling her story and allowing her to see her life through another lens, through someone else's eyes. And in that process, she begins to see that there are so many beautiful moments and so many wonderful things to hold on to, as opposed to the negative things that so many of us dwell on when we think about our mortality. The other way we help breathe life into her is through the fantasy photo shoot. She is tasked with picking out any theme she wants, and then it's our job to bring that theme into fruition through the photo shoot. What that does is it gives her a reason to get up out of bed and to literally go and start searching for images of what her perfect fantasy look would be. And in that space and time, she completely forgets about cancer. Although these seemingly simple actions appear insignificant, they actually create a mental shift which is paramount to joyful living. This month's Face of Cancer is Bren Flowers. Bren is the quintessential person for this project. She is young. She has 2 young children, beautiful family, husband, is a hard worker, gives back to her community, and fought this disease valiantly. It came back on her 5th year anniversary. And I just know that everybody is going to fall in love with her when they see her story. I couldn't be more blessed or thrilled to have worked with Bren Flowers on this month's Face of Cancer. Here's her story.
Be strong and go to your appointment and you'll be fine. But they left me on this little chair, and I finally called Ron and I said, I'm still here and people have come and gone. This can't be good. And he's like, okay, don't worry. He's a very positive person, and he's never going to go down that road unless he has to. I said, they're going to do a biopsy, so we have to come back tomorrow. Okay. So we go for the biopsy the next morning. Of course, that night was just awful. And we go back in for the biopsy the next morning, and the gentleman who's going to do it's like a little surgery, comes in and tells me what he's going to do and explains the process nicely. And I said, he's like, do you have any questions? And I said, yeah, is there a chance that this could be anything other than cancer? And he just looks at me with this real deadpan look. He goes, oh no, it's cancer. We're just trying to figure out how bad it is. And that's how I learned I was sick. And okay. So he says, do you need a minute? And I said, I think I do. And so I totally broke down, and Ron's like, just get through this, let's get through this, let's find out what it is, let's just move forward. So I came home that day, and people have asked me what we did after that day. People have asked me when they hear how that went down, like, what did you do that day? So we stopped at Wendy's because I wanted a Frosty, and we came home and watched a movie. Just sat down with Netflix, I think, and probably sat and watched a movie. I said I didn't sit around whining about it or crying about it. I needed time to kind of sit with it for a little bit. We watched a movie, and I fell asleep during the movie, and I woke up and he'd already picked up the kids, and he's like, what do you want to say? I'm like, nothing yet. I just wanted it to unfold. And I found out during the movie that after I fell asleep that he just sat on the porch and cried. That he left me and just sat on the porch and cried and called his family. And that was really tough. to know later on that that's what happened. But I don't think he's cried like that ever again. You know, I think he let it all out. He's probably the smartest one of us all. You know, he took it all out and processed it, and has been absolutely a pillar of strength ever since. And he doesn't ever do this. No. He is rock solid in his faith, and he has nothing but faith that everything is going to be okay. So we just kind of let the process unfold, and I didn't spend a lot of time researching it. But we told my daughter, we didn't tell my son, he was very little at the time, and we just let it come to us in its own way. The kind of cancer, the breast cancer I have, is called triple negative, and very few people have it. It's less than 10% of all breast cancers are triple negative, and it has a very bad prognosis, and it has a high reoccurrence rate. And it's stage 4, because when it returns, that's what you get. And so I embarked on another process of asking doctors what they would do. I have chosen to do the hardest work to save my life. And so I did the really heavy dose of chemo the week before when I had done it. I was laid up, couldn't lift my head, was horribly sick. And here I did the same thing, and I felt like $1 million that week. And it was just strange. Every day I'd wake up before Saturday, and I'd go, I feel good again, I feel good again. I was like, just terrified that Saturday would come and it would hit. And it never hit. And I walked in that day with all the cameras and saw the beautiful salon, and it was just surreal. And then I saw all the people and meeting all those people, and how willing and giving everyone was, and how it wasn't doom and gloom. Somebody could have probably said to the staff there, this young lady is sick and she's coming in for this, and they've all could have been like, oh, this is all very sad and everything. And no, everybody approached it with the same feeling I did, that it was happy and it was fun. And I had a rip-roaring good time, and my daughter had so much fun, and my family was there, and everybody that I loved was there. And so it was just surreal. It was so much fun. Their battles are different. They're more internal. And that we should all just be a little bit kinder to each other, and a little more understanding, and a little more empathetic. And I think people are always surprised that I am so anxious to talk about something other than myself and what's going on, and that I want to talk about other things, because I know that people have a battle that they may be feeling something or going through something that I know nothing about. And I'd much rather help somebody else than help myself at this point. My battle's obvious, but just talking to you, I learned something about you today that I didn't know previously. And so you've got something going on right now that it's not so obvious. You're going to go to McDonald's. No one's going to know that you're going through something right now. They know I'm going through something, so I get all this sympathy and empathy. But yours is very internal. And so we should all just be a little bit kinder to each other, and listen a little bit more and talk a little bit less. And I've learned that that's not ever been one of my strong suits. I'm the talker in the group. I've listened a little bit more lately, and I've learned a lot more. And everybody in your life has something to tell you. And they're in your life because of that. They're there to tell you something or teach you something. And if you're quiet long enough, you'll hear it and you'll learn it. And you'll maybe learn what you needed to know, what somebody was put there for. But if you're always talking, no one knows you don't get a chance to learn anything or learn something about them. want to learn more about the people in my life now than I ever did before. I was kind of a little self-centered, a little full of myself. Now I want to hear more about why, who, what, when, and where, and why they're here. And maybe they've got something going on. And maybe just talking about it, or talking to somebody whose battle is more obvious, they learn something. You know what, I've had this energy most of my life, and I've just decided I'm not going to curl up in a ball and in the fetal position and let it beat me. Somebody's given me really good days in between, and I think if I don't take advantage of those, then I have done a great disservice. And I like for people to see that you can be stage 4 cancer, and you can be doing chemo, and you can be doing radiation, and all those things, and you can still be a parent, you can still be a daughter, a mother, a wife, a sister, a friend, and you can still look presentable, and you can still go to Target, and you can still go to my daughter's football games and watch her cheer. Yeah, I might be bald underneath there, and yes, there's tumors surfacing in my body that are horrible to look at, but I can cover those and still be Bren. And I said from the day one, people make cancer like their thing. Like all of a sudden they have cancer and it's their signature is the only way other way to put it. All of a sudden their whole thing in life is about being a patient. I don't want to be a patient. I said I want cancer. I don't want to be Bren has cancer. I want to be Bren has cancer. She has it. She has it, but she moves forward. She doesn't let it get her. She doesn't let her change her love of getting dressed every day and putting makeup on every day and getting out there. I'm not going to be, yes, I don't drive anymore because of the medication, but I still go places and I still have a great time. And if somebody's going to give me a good day, I'm going to take advantage of it. And when there's bad days, when I don't feel so good, those are still really good days because, like I said, you know, we can sit down and watch a movie together and still have a great time together as a family. And my family has become, they've always been a huge part of us, but now they're a much bigger part of us.
What would I do without your smart mouth? Drawing me in and you kicking me out. You got my head spinning, no kidding. I can't pin you down. What's going on in that beautiful mind? I'm on your magical mystery ride, and I'm so dizzy, don't know what hit me, but I'll be alright. all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning. 'Cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh, how many times do I have to tell you? Even when you're crying, you're beautiful too. The world is beating you down. I'm around through every mood. You're my downfall, you're my muse, my worst distraction, my rhythm and blues. I can't stop singing, it's ringing in my head for you. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning. 'Cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh, give me all of you. Cards on the table, we're both showing hearts, risking it all, though it's hard. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning. 'Cause I give you all